New polling shows Vice President Kamala Harris widening her lead against former President Donald Trump. The latest morning consult poll, taken directly after the presidential debate, shows Harris with a 5-point lead over Trump, 50% to 45% among.
Okay, hold up. Look at this real quick. So before the debate, she was at 49-46. After the debate, 50-45. How is it that you're telling me that it's widening? I'm like, that's not even that much. It's still close. And let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that at the same time in 2016, Hillary was up 5 points and Trump was at the same number, 45. So if that happened in 2016, people underestimate Trump. Uncle Trump might pull it off. Okay, now I'm seeing that, there's a lot of support for VP Harris, but don't underestimate Trump now, because he could lose the popular vote and still win the election by winning the Electoral College. So we got to understand that Uncle Trump might just be able to pull it off.
Likely voters compared to the last morning consult poll taken before the debate. Harris is up 1 point versus Trump, who went down 1 point. Meanwhile, Vice President Harris raised $47 million in the first 24 hours following her Tuesday night.
$47 million within 24 hours. That is wild.
Night debate against Donald Trump. That's the biggest haul since the vice president announced her candidacy in late July, according to a senior campaign official. The total includes funds from 600,000 individual donors. That's important. The Trump campaign has not yet released any post-debate fundraising figures. The vice president held 2 rallies in battleground North Carolina yesterday. She received a raucous reception last night inside the Greensboro Coliseum complex. Take a look.
I mean, people are excited for her. I mean, I like the sign a new way forward, because they pushed out Uncle Biden and was like, nah, that's, forget about the old man, he's gone. But they pushed out Uncle Biden, and now it's a new way forward with her. And she has a chance of winning. She has a good chance of winning. The crowds are excited for her. And in my opinion, hey, if she wins, hey, cool. If she loses, cool. Like, I'm an independent. I just want the best candidate. I would have preferred that they have another debate, because I heard that Uncle Trump said that he don't want a third debate. But I have my views on that, and I feel that it should have been a third debate like it was in previous elections. But, it is what it is.
That was the roar from the 17,000-person crowd when she took the stage. The vice president highlighted her strong debate performance and told the crowd it's time for the country to move on from Donald Trump.
On Tuesday night, I talked about issues that I know matter to the families across America, like bringing down the cost of living, investing in America's small businesses, protecting reproductive freedom, and keeping our nation safe and secure. But that's...
Listen, I would say this, all right? All those things sound nice. I mean, the reproductive thing should go to the states. That's just me. But I feel that if you really want to keep the nation secure, get out of these wars. Get out of these wars and be the leader, be the president that we need to be. Stop with these proxy wars saying that, oh, well, America didn't declare wars, but we're actually just giving them some supplies, some support. Stop it. Stop it. Don't support any one of them. Say, listen, you know what? You handle your own business, homeboy. You handle your own business, homegirl. How much you want to bet it'll stop? I understand that they're saying that, well, it's NATO and stuff like that, and we want to make sure that Russia doesn't go in and keep encroaching. Listen, let Russia do its own thing. All right? That's how I look at it. We don't need to be supporting these countries all the time. There's countries that need aid that we're not giving aid to, but we're giving military aid to countries that doesn't need the aid. We need to stop. Let them handle their own squabbles. That's in my opinion.
That's not what we heard from Donald Trump. Instead, and I called it at the beginning of the debate, it was the same old show. Same old tired playbook we've heard for years, with no plan for how he would address the needs of the American people. Well, folks, look, it's time to turn the page.
That was a good one. I got to give it that one. That was good. That was good. You think about it like, Uncle Trump out with the old, turn the page, get a new page of life. That was good. I got to give her that. Let's see something else. Let me see what these pundits got to say.
Not doing it. They couldn't even wait a week to maybe try and put some space between it, but he just does not want to do it again. But I'm curious. He says he won.
Yeah, he says he won. He says a lot of things that simply aren't true. Look, I think any person, Mika, who tuned into the debates Tuesday night, whether you are a Trump supporter, a Harris Wall supporter, an undecided voter who tuned in to try to really understand what both candidates.
All right, so I'm going to say this real quick. It pains me, though. But, yeah, he lost. And the reason why he lost, and this is my opinion, the reason why he lost is, number one, he was being fact-checked and he was rattled. He had those two moderators who really and truly was not fact-checking Harris, because Harris said a lot of crazy things as well that weren't true, but they did not fact-check her. They didn't push back on her and gave her the pushback that they gave Trump. So because they gave that pushback, it made him look at rattle him up, and he was able to be his natural charismatic self. Also, I'm gonna tell you one of the main reasons why he lost the debate. Uncle Trump is an entertainer. We have to understand that. He's an entertainer. And because he's an entertainer, he works off of a crowd. And that debate had two moderators and the presidential candidates, nobody else. And because they didn't have anybody else, Trump couldn't pull from the crowd. He couldn't pull from the crowd. And that was a major thing that we had to understand, that, okay, since he couldn't pull from the crowd, he couldn't have the oohs, the ahs, the whoas, and stuff like that. He couldn't feed off of that. And that's that right there. Because he couldn't feed off of that, he couldn't get pumped up. Like, do you remember when Uncle Trump fought Vince McMahon? Okay, that was a fun time. He's an entertainer. We have to understand that. And because of that, because he didn't have the crowd on his side or be able to draw the crowd on his side, he now had to go off of his own abilities. And because of that, we see his flaws. So we have to think about that now. I think Trump could have won based off of just hammering down on the debate, on the immigration policies, hammering down on why hasn't she done anything with immigration, and she's vice president, hammering down on the economy with the inflation, saying that, wait a minute, your inflation policies, has it really been working? Okay, and asking her, why haven't you done anything now to help the American people? Why come with promises that you'll do it later, but not now? That's what I would have done. And I think Uncle Trump would have won just on those things right there. But let's get back to the video.
candidates stand for, who they're fighting for. The choice was very clear. And also who won that debate was also very clear. You saw the vice president taking a strong command on every single issue that matters to the American people, from expanding reproductive freedoms to making sure that the American people have, not only just the right to get ahead, but to stay ahead economically. Obviously, she talked about strengthening democracy and protecting democracy. So the things that matter the most to the American people, the things that matter the most to undecided voters who are deciding, still at this point who they're going to support, she made it very clear where she stands, that she's fighting for them. So I think, Donald Trump can.
And she did. She did make it clear who she's fighting for and what she's about. But I think that we still need more. In my opinion, I'm not totally swayed by just the debate. I need to see, and it was just one debate. If they had a second debate, that would really, really be able to make me see, okay, let's see VP Harris in a situation where she's under Fox News. Okay, Trump went to your territory. Now go to his territory. Let's see how she can go where they're asking the tough questions. Because in my opinion, I don't feel that those questions were tough. And I would say VP Harris had her script memorized. I got to give her a round of applause for that. She had her script memorized. That was very good with her. But I feel that, hey, it's something that we have to really think about and say, hey, what's really going to happen and how would affect us as Americans. Will we do good under her? Will we do good under Trump? We don't know. We'll see how it goes and go from there. But I think that either way, I feel that whoever's president, we're gonna get the same thing, in my opinion, because when it comes down to it, if it's the Congress and the Senate, if they don't have a super majority, we're gonna get the same thing. So shout out to her for leading in the polls. Let's see if she keeps this up. But when it says likely voters, gotta be very careful, because that's the same thing what happened with Hillary. Likely voters said that she was on top. And then next thing you know, that night or that early morning, we saw Trump coming down the stage. I was like, holy crap. I woke up, I went to sleep. I was like, Hillary got this. I woke up and saw Uncle Trump coming down. I was like, yo, Trump did it. So, got to be careful, guys. Got to be very, very careful.